Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Arnold, and today I was meditating with Saint Germain to find out what we're going to do a video on. And I asked him, what does the collective need? What are my viewers needing at this time? And he was showing me that there's some of you that are wanting to receive like divine healing from the universe or from the ascended masters or your spirit guides, receiving healing and messages from them, and your auric fields are clogged up. So today we're going to be doing an auric field detox teaching, a lesson on how to cleanse your auric field so that you can receive more messages from the universe and also more healing, divine healing frequencies from the universe. So I'm going to get started. I was just showing you my magic mug here. This is that we're going to be clearing frequencies today to help with the third eye. So our magic mugs are on our website, and they start with being black, and then when you pour a hot liquid into them, they show up with this message, I spy with my third eye. So today we're going to cleanse the auric field so that your third eye can receive more messages and divine love and healing from the universe, and it'll increase your intuition and your connection to spirit, and you're receiving messages from spirit. So I'm going to get started, but before we begin, I want to mention that I did put in a newsletter, so whoever's not signed up to my website, I will put the link in the description below in case you'd like to view that newsletter. We have some exciting new stuff. We have a brand new website, new readings. I'll put the information about the new readings in the description below, and you can check it out there. So thanks for joining me today. I'm going to consciously channel Saint Germain as he teaches us how to do an auric field detox or an auric field cleanse, and we'll see what he has to say. And if you want to stick around to the end, we're going to do pick a rune in our cauldron. My friend Jenna gave me this cauldron, and my friend Angie gave me this magic wand. So I'm going to pour the runes into the cauldron and mix it up with the magic wand and pick a rune for a rune reading message at the end of this video. I have runes that are amethyst runes, and so Saint Germain, that's his crystal. So we'll see if what message comes up. And I want to give a shout out to Ashlyn. This is a little girl in Prince Edward Island, Canada, that makes these magic wands and sells them. So they work really well. So I want to say thanks to her, and I'll get started. We'll do that rune reading at the end of the video. So Saint Germain's showing me that our auric fields are clogged up, similar to how we clog up our bodies with the foods that we eat that are processed and full of chemicals. And maybe the music that we listen to is too loud, and the traffic of the noise on the city streets are too loud. So it's kind of like that's blocking us from hearing. So the egoic consciousness will create like all this noise and chaos so that we can't hear our spirit. So each of our five senses, the ego consciousness will create a situation to get us to do so that we can't hear source or we can't hear spirit. So when we go to like listen to loud music concerts and are in big crowds with like lots of noise, then it clogs us from hearing source energy, because when you are silent, then you will hear the inner whispers or the subtle energies. You'll be able to hear the subtle differences. So noise is one way we clog up our energy fields, but also the chemicals. So if you spray perfume, and every drop of perfume has like 40 chemicals in it, it's clogging up the auric field. And when I see people's aura and they have like you can see dark areas, a lot of times it's just full of chemicals. So there's things that we're using every day that people don't realize are clogging up our auric fields. I'll give an example so you can understand what I mean. 30 years ago, people smoked cigarettes everywhere. And as people began to consciously expand, cigarette smoke started to bother them. So I used to be a nurse, and the senior nurses would tell me that they would hold the ashtray for the doctor when he went on his rounds. They would give a mother after she just delivered a baby, they would give her cigarettes to calm her down. Like, so smoking on airplanes and in public places, everybody did it. Well, not everybody, and it didn't bother a lot of people until they began to consciously expand and get sensitive to those chemicals or those frequencies. Well, it's the same with perfumes and chemicals that we use every day, that eventually, as people expand their consciousness, those perfumes and chemicals, they're going to begin to notice will bother them, just like cigarette smoke. And now there's hardly anywhere that there is people smoking cigarettes. And for any of you who smoke cigarettes, like, this isn't a video on stop smoking. You can smoke. We're just saying that sometimes these chemicals clog up the auric field. Like, this isn't a criticism. Like, just compliment yourself. You're doing the best you can. Like, I eat food with chemicals in it sometimes, and I'll channel the violet flame and ask for the frequencies to be transmuted back to love before I eat it. Like, there's a lot of us who have addictions, and just the most important part is not to criticize yourself as you're eating or as you're smoking. But my example of the smoking was that over the past 30 years, as people consciously expanded, that cigarette smoke began to bother them because it was clogging up their auric fields, and they're recognizing this. So they have banned cigarette smoking in many places. So the same thing with perfumes and scented products. Okay, so to begin an auric field detox, it's getting rid of all the chemically induced products that we use every day. So like the stuff you're putting on your skin is clogging up the auric field, and the Ascended Masters and the spirit guides and the universal energies are trying to get through to give you source energy. And it's like, if you're putting soap on your third eye, that's full of chemicals and perfumes, and it's clogging the third eye. So it's like eliminating those, just going down to scent free is enough, like perfume free or fragrance free, like shampoo and soap and laundry soap and Bounce and dish soap. That will remove like hundreds of toxins that are clogging the auric field. And then doing an auric field detox to reset the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, and then have a clean aura. So if you get into a shower and you put on hot water, like as hot as you can stand it without burning yourself, and then do that for a minute and then turn it to cold water, like really cold water, as much as you can stand it without it being too cold, for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then turn it back to hot water for another minute, and then back to cold water for another 10 to 15 seconds. Keep doing this a few times, and it's going to reset your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And then when you wash, use the scent-free or fragrance-free soaps and shampoos, and then visualize the water coming down the colors of the chakra. So as you're showering, just visualize each color of the chakra, and each chakra getting cleansed out with these colors that are coming out of the faucet, the waters, like just the colors of the rainbow, all the colors of the 7 chakras. So you can start with the root chakra, like red, and then orange for the sacral, and then the solar plexus is yellow. So you're just visualizing that the water that's hitting you is turning these colors. And then the heart chakra is green. Then you can add the thymus chakra. It's turquoise, and that connects the heart and throat chakra so that you can speak from your heart instead of your head. And so we've been adding that one. So that's turquoise. And then the throat chakra is blue. The third eye is indigo, and then the crown chakra is like violet. So picture the water changing into those colors, or have a bath with Epsom salts that cleanses the auric field as well. And then when you get out of the bath, like put some crystals. If you have crystals, put some crystals to cleanse the auric field in your space. And then you've got this clear area to receive, like you've cleansed out the auric field, and now your spirit guides can get in to give you some messages. So when you go into meditation, have your crystals around you just to keep your auric field cleansed. So doing these steps, you're going to notice a big difference in what you receive, because when I channel the Ascended Masters, like say I have a client and they have an illness and the Ascended Masters are coming through to transmute like fear back to love, to give them a healing, a lot of the time is spent unclogging their auric field. So you can get a step ahead by cleansing out your auric field and bringing into your space, like a clear energy. So once you get settled with your crystals, you can take sage. So we have, white sage. I'll get some white sage so I can show you what it is. Okay, so there's different kinds of sage, but like I use this like white sage, and you just light it. I actually have like a video on how to spiritually cleanse your home, and I show you how to sage. So you just light it and then you cleanse your auric field. When I cleanse my auric field, I just say, in the name of Jesus Christ, turn any darkness into light. But whatever your preference is to say, it's always your intention. So then you just cleanse out the auric field. So you've reset your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. You've done your chakra balancing. You've got your crystals. Your space is aired out. Maybe turn on the air exchanger, open a window just to get some fresh air flowing, and do your saging, and then ground before this or after, but make sure you're really grounded. So picture tree roots coming out of your feet all the way to the center of the earth, and then pull up Mother Earth's energy and go up to Father Sky, pull down the energy from Father Sky, and then expand your energy out as big as you can. And just notice the difference when you go into meditation after doing this, that you're open to receiving. You're going to be able to receive a lot faster and a lot easier, because the auric field's nice and cleansed out. And I mean, when you meditate, you're always already in like a quiet space anyway. So just having a quiet space is going to help you connect. So these are the ways that our egoic consciousness tricks us into believing that we need something so that we won't hear our spirit or we won't connect to source. So it tells us, put on perfume so that you'll smell nice so people will like you. But it's your pheromones, your natural smell is what attracts people to you. So if you're looking for a soulmate, I've said this in other videos, Saint Germain saying, if you're looking for a soulmate, don't wear perfumes, because they find you a lot of times through your pheromones. So you might walk past them on the street and both of you wearing perfumes, you're not going to even look at each other because it's clogging the auric field and you can't smell each other. So it's like naturally our pheromones kick in, and that's how we are attracted to people. So on a level that, is a very deep level that you're not aware of, it's like subconsciously. So he's saying how we use good food to cleanse our body. Taking these steps to cleanse our auric field is beneficial as well. So I hope you enjoyed that teaching on how to detox your auric field and to receive more messages. And I'm going to pick the rune now. Here's my little bags of runes. So, and then we'll dump it in the cauldron from Jenna. Thank you, Jenna. And then Angie's magic wand here. We're going to stir up and do a little magic spell. And we're going to pick a rune. So today's rune is the feminine energy. So it's saying to tap into your feminine characteristics, your feminine energies, to create your magic. So the feminine energy is the receiving energy, and it helps with intuition and your creativity. So that's our message from our rune reading today, is to tap into your divine feminine energy to be able to receive more messages from your spirit guides and also to create more. So you are a co-creator and you're always co-creating, and you need that feminine energy balance to be able to create. So every time we create anything, we're using that feminine energy, and that's the left side of the body, and the male energy is the right side. So the male is the doing energy, and the female energy is the receiving or the being. So this is our creative energy. Tap into that. That's going to help you to receive more messages as well, because when you channel and receive messages from spirit, it is about using that feminine energy to receive it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.